Hello everybody and welcome back to another gamelog vlog. Today we've got CEX lottery to do, we've got the cinema in a few hours. The cinema is earlier today than usual. We usually go to the cinema at like 8:30 because we have dinner at 7 and then film at 8:30 and then we've got the rest of the night. But today it's at 6:30 because the film that we're going to see, which I'll talk about later, has literally... I don't think they've got much faith in it doing well, so the latest slot they've given it is 6:30, which for a horror film, 6:30 in the middle of June, that's a red flag as to the quality of the film. Anyway, I have done about 4 different purchases for delivery from CEX in the last week because things keep popping up. Like pretty rare stuff too. I did one literally at 4 o'clock in the morning because I saw a comment yesterday. Shout out to that fella if you see me, if you see this video. If that ends up actually being sent out, I'll be shocked because I'm willing to bet that once again it's a reprinted cover that even though it's not actually being able to be sold through the e-commerce, they will send it out anyway. Anyway, I've got a few games here. I genuinely don't know what's in here anymore because I've done that many orders. Let's have a look. Let's unbox it. Let's see whether or not I've won the CEX lottery. I need to get a knife though. Okay, let's go. Okay, so this first one is 2 PlayStation 3 games. I can tell that. I haven't actually opened it properly yet though, so come on. Oh, come on. There we go. Oh, God, I've been after these for a while. It's annoying because I technically already own this one. I'll show you the problem in a minute. But we've got the Classics HD Sly Cooper trilogy, and we've got the Classics HD Prince of Persia trilogy. I nearly have all of the Classics HD stuff. The Sly Cooper one was probably the hardest one to find. The Prince of Persia one, while not one of the most expensive ones, is just not been anywhere near me for a long time. But let me show you this. If we go over to my PS3 stuff, I already own the... where is it? Where is it? You'd think it'd be easy to find. Ever since I moved stuff around, nothing's where I think it is anymore. So I already own the Prince of Persia trilogy. Like... hang on. I already own the Classics HD Prince of Persia trilogy, but the problem is it's one of my replacement cases, and it's obviously got the American box art, and I don't like that. So, 25 quid for what is effectively a replacement case. Woohoo! 28 quid if you factor in the delivery price, I suppose. And then the Sly trilogy is actually kind of good timing, because those of you from the other day will remember that in my last CEX haul, I stumbled across the other Sly Cooper game, which was also 28 quid. So now I've got all of those too, which is nice. If you're wondering what this pile is, by the way, this pile is all the games that I've brought in like the last few weeks. I'm just preparing to take the stickers off at some point. I do it all in one go rather than as they come because it'd take it wouldn't take forever, but it'd be annoying on my fingers. So let's have a look what's in the other box. Okay, so in this box we have the Zone of Enders HD collection, which at this point raises questions because there's only one game in there, and when I did this order, I definitely ordered 4 things. Where's the other one? Where is the other one? What even was the other one? I don't remember, but I need to go and have a look at my invoices. But this is 3 more of the Classics HD line, and probably the last of them, which, you know, nice. Also weird that this one's come with no stickers, but these did. Strange. You know, a little bit of behind the scenes for you guys, but now I've got to put these back in their cardboard boxes so that I can unbox them again for TikTok. But first, I want to go see what the 4th thing I ordered was and where is it. So looking at my emails, and I get like 1,000,001 emails from CEX every week because they send you like requests to review the things you've ordered, and obviously I'm never not ordering stuff. So yeah, that is actually apparently all that was in that order. The 4 things is in my next order, which... I think a couple of things may be coming tomorrow. I don't know. But either way, that was supposed to be what was here, so there's no mistake made there. So 5 more games in total are on their way, which is nice. I'm exhausted now. I just did a video for TikTok where I went through every single game that I had and counted them to figure out how many games I have. Somebody asked me, how many games you got? And I was like, I don't know. I'm going to count. So I literally went one by one in a video that took me 10 minutes. It's probably going to drastically underperform because people don't have the attention for that on TikTok. But I got this comment that I thought was hilarious because, you know, it just shows the difference in comments between different platforms and the lack of brain cells sometimes. So I'll throw it up here. Guys moaning that I don't play games. I don't understand this rhetoric. Sometimes when I do my collecting videos, I get grown men hating on me because they moan thinking that I'm a scalper or that I'm a reseller, because there's like negativity towards both of those types of people. I'm neither of those. I play my games. That is why I don't collect anything really PS1 or beyond, because I'm not going to play it. It's why I don't care about like old Nintendo cardboard games, because it's not my thing. I'm not going to play it. I try to only buy things I'm actually going to play. And it's crazy. Over the last like 3 years that I've been making game videos on TikTok, I've uploaded over 10,000 videos playing through games. And on those videos, you get children, literal children, bitching and moaning that you play too much, you play too fast, you're speed running, you can't be possibly enjoying it, you need to slow down, you don't play enough, you play too much, you just get people bitching and moaning. And sometimes I get called condescending on TikTok in the way that I respond to people, but I am thoroughly of the opinion, and if this offends you, then I'm sorry, but the shoe might fit, that some people need to be condescended to because they are just not aware that what they have just said is just ridiculous, and they need to be told it. Like when I was in school, if I'd said something really dumb, everybody would have gone and looked at me and gone, "That was dumb, don't do that again." And if I was a few years younger, they might have hit me as well. My dad would have. Anyway. So this comment, this comment up here is one of those where I just did a bit of a smarmy response to him on TikTok because I felt the need. The 2009 Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 gamer in me wanted to say meaner things than I did. TikTok won't let me say mean things because it's very censored, except for in my comments apparently. People can say whatever they like to me, but I'm not allowed to say things back. I shouldn't bite back. But it was a good opportunity for a video to show off the gamelog. So what I did was, I went through my gamelog, which you guys should know by now is a spreadsheet that I have used now for the past 5 to 6 years, where I track every game I have ever beaten, ever. And in 5 to 6 years, I have played through and beaten the entirety of 510 games. So I presented that as fact, as numbers, as something that cannot be emotionally taken away from. Like, because this is the thing is, TikTok commenters don't comment from a place of logic and... logic in general, really. It's all very emotionally driven because it's the anonymity. It's like the early days of YouTube. You know how these days on YouTube comments are not too bad because for the most part you're not as anonymous as you used to be. On TikTok you really are, so they say whatever they want. There was a TikTok a while ago that I saw and it was chat shit get banged needs to make a return because there's an entire generation that didn't experience it. And I'm like, you know what, that's valid, because when I was in school, if I'd have said something really stupid to the wrong person, I'd have got punched in the face. These days that doesn't happen. That combined with not being allowed to leave the house for the best part of however long lockdown was has created an entire generation of people with main character syndrome. It's why when I go to the cinema, this is another one, I'm ranting now. If you guys don't like these rants, then I'm not really bothered. You shouldn't be here. This is what I do. When I go to the cinema, quite often there'll be people in there that will be talking to their friends, they'll be on their phones during the films, and that is not okay. There are 2 rules in the cinema. They're very simple, very easy to understand. Shut up, turn your phone off. Just don't go on your phone. Place it face down on silent so the screen isn't visible. Simple, yeah? And if you can't understand that, then again, you're probably somebody that needs to be condescended to just a little bit. And again, if that makes you not like me because I've said that, fair enough, but it's true, whether you like it or not. And when I make videos on TikTok complaining about people talking in the cinema or complaining about people being on their phones, you get genuinely a lot of people that genuinely believe that they are allowed to do these things because they have this main character syndrome where they think they can do what they want. It's crazy. The TikTok generation, man. The TikTok generation. Anyway, it's 3 p.m. I'm going to have some lunch, and then I'm going to start Saints Row 3 for a few hours before we go to the cinema, which hopefully I don't encounter any problems with. I don't tend to like going early, because the earlier you go, the worse it tends to be. We'll see. So, I lied. We didn't play any Saints Row 3 yet, and it's 6 o'clock. Now we're on the way to the cinema. It just never happened. It's one of them where, you know, when you're waiting for delivery so you can't do anything else. Well, I was waiting to leave the house to go to the cinema because of how early it was, and I didn't want to... I feel like an hour and a half to 2 hours isn't enough to start a game, you know? So, on the way to the cinema now in the blazing heat. I hope they've turned the aircon up, because sometimes, you know how the cinema, like, it doesn't adjust the aircon to when it's colder? So, like, it might be too... Because do you remember a couple of years ago, it was so hot in there? Like, it was, like, ruinous.
They said, really sorry, the aircon's not working in this one screen.
Yeah, we went to the cinema in the middle of one of those heat waves a few years ago, no aircon, it was just hell. But yeah, off we go. This is going to be one of those really rare times where not only is it light when we go into the cinema, it's going to be light when we come out. That's literally happened maybe 3 times ever. We don't do cinema in the daytime. But we're off to see the Pope's exorcist of the remaining 3 of the Tremors. See you in a bit. Well, films. When do you reckon the last time I shushed somebody was? I reckon it's been a few months.
It's been a while.
Yeah. I reckon if I have to throw one shush out to somebody that's really thick every 3 months, that's not too bad, right? Considering we go weekly. Considering we go to the cinema at least weekly. This is the 2nd cinema trip in 3 days. I had to shush this pair of twats behind me because they just wouldn't stop talking. We were about 20 minutes from the end of the film and I was like, I've had enough. So after I shushed them, they took the piss out of the way I shushed them, and no, that's not going to fly. In best case scenario, the answer is now violence, but we live in a society where that's not approved, so I can't do that. So I said, what did I say? What?
You said, I don't think I stuttered or something. You said, did I stutter?
I said something along the lines of, did I stutter? And then after that, they shut up, and then they left before the film even finished. So it's like, yes,
they
good.
left really close at the end.
Yeah, they left like 15 minutes away from the end. Like, yeah, get out. You don't belong. You're not supposed to be here.
I debated asking the staff to do a screen check when I went to the toilet.
The staff need to be better. The staff need to be better at screen checking because it's just shocking.
I debated saying, can you come in and do a screen check in like 5 minutes, because there's like several people on the back row that are just not abiding.
It's just not rocket science. I've told this story before and I'll tell it again. When I went to see X-Men Days of Future Past when I was a kid, there was this guy who kept answering his phone in the cinema, like going on his phone. And the third time he did it, the guy to his right hit him. And I remember thinking, I want to be just like that when I grow up, because that is the correct answer to this. Do you know how people learn not to do stupid things? Carrot and stick. The carrot is you get to see a film if you behave. The stick is if you don't behave, now you're in pain.
I just
and
don't
then you don't want to do it
understand
again.
why people pay a good amount of money, mind. That probably cost at least £15.
Plus snacks and drinks.
Why do you do that and then talk and not pay attention and leave?
If you pay to go and see a film and then buy a drink and a snack, you're probably looking at close to 30 quid each. So why are you sat there talking? If you want to sit there and talk, do what everybody else does and stay at home. There's a reason why that cinema is dying, and it's because nobody goes. And apparently the people that do go, half of them think that it's fine to do that. I just don't get it. I'm blaming lockdown. I blame lockdown. Through that,
same reason why people are arseholes at concerts.
Through that, they all developed a main character syndrome and don't understand how to behave. Because I swear, pre-lockdown, this was not an issue as frequently as it is now. Like,
it's mostly people who are under 18 as well.
Yeah, it's one of two factions, as it were, that are a problem in the cinema. It is like very young, like adults, so like 18 to 21,
even
or like
16, younger.
or even 16, yeah, or like middle-aged folk that believe that they can do whatever they want, and absolutely none of you can. Not having it. No, you will not. Sorry. Film was okay though. So Russell Crowe plays an exorcist again. Well, he plays a priest again. This is the second time he's played a priest, but he plays an actor playing a priest this time who doesn't really want to be playing a priest because he's got a bit of a dodgy history with priests, literally. But that makes sense if you've seen the film. But then towards the end it kind of went off the like the first 3/4 of the film. Spoilers, by the way. First 3/4 of the film, it's like it kind of might be up for debate whether or not there is anything supernatural going on, and whether it's just him not being on his meds. Well, it probably was months ago now, so that warning's expired. Thank God. There were a few people behind us who
in front actually.
No, they were in front, and they wouldn't get off the phones. So I threw out like 5 words, and one of them was a naughty word. And they left the cinema quite literally crying, apparently, according to the staff. And then I got an email from guest relations from Odeon telling me off. And it's like, well, how about you get the staff to do screen checks, because you'd very quickly see that people were on the phone. It's not like you don't have the night vision cameras and all that sort of thing to see the bright shining light. Have you ever looked, like, if you've got a Ring camera, look in your Ring camera and have somebody shine a phone in front of it. It's very, very bright, very obvious, you'll see. So there's just no excuse for it. It's just... I tell you, if I worked in a cinema, there's a couple of lads that work in that cinema that are very up for a scrap when it comes to when it comes to misbehaving customers, and I would love to.
I'm always reassured when they're in.
Yeah, when they're in,
because I know that if we did have a problem, they'd love to sort it out.
There's like 3 guys that I know all the staff working at the cinema. There's like 3 guys in there that if there is a problem, they would love to come and handle it on my behalf, because obviously I'm not allowed. Not really. I can say shush. That's allowed. It was the fact that them 2 had the balls to like take the piss out of the way I've had. That doesn't happen very frequently, but again, I will not back down. Not in the cinema. Nope. So, oh, look at that. Yeah.
Is that an XL bully?
I bet there was an XL bully there. Christ.
Yeah, might as well have been.
If you're somebody that
Why do people go around the streets with their shirt off?
It's warm. If people on TikTok call me a Karen because of the way that I am in the cinema, but it's very basic. I believe it's the opposite. I think that the people that are being a Karen are the one that are in the cinema ruining it.
Feeling entitled.
If you're so entitled in the cinema as to think that you get to behave how you want at the detriment to everybody else in there that's paid a fortune to be in there, you are the Karen. If you want to talk,
watch film at home.
To me, that guy that hit that fella for being on his phone like 12 years ago, he's a hero. He needs a medal, because that's the appropriate response.
The way you idolise this man, he might as well be your hero.
Yeah, I tell you, I guarantee you the fella that he hit in that cinema that day never went on his phone ever again. Because I guarantee the second he went to think about pulling out his phone, he thought, hang on, the last time this happened, I got lamped in the face. Best not do that again, you know? But these days, there's no repercussions to your actions. You're not allowed. Yes, I'm still filming. What?
Monologue.
Yes. There will be gameplay in this at some point, don't worry.
Kayla's very passionate about
I am very passionate about the cinema. It's not hard to follow the two rules. There's two rules.
The thing is, with the frequency that we go to the cinema, it makes it so much more annoying because you are exposed to it on a more frequent basis.
Like,
if you go to the cinema once a quarter, if something happens, you don't mind. Because we go every single week, if something happens, it's annoying because it happens every single week.
My nan used to tell stories. I went to the. Well,
you shushed me on our first date as a joke in the cinema.
It wouldn't. But if you were talking in the cinema,
see Fantastic Beasts.
If you were talking in the cinema on our first date, that wouldn't have been. There wouldn't have been a second date.
I didn't talk. He just leaned over to me and went shh multiple times because he thought he was cute.
There wouldn't have been a second date. But my nan would tell stories about how I was like 6 years old, and if she spoke in the cinema, I would shush. So if me as a 6-year-old understood the etiquette, how do grown adults not?
I think that's called autism.
It's not called autism. It's called just understanding. It's not rocket science. There are two rules. You shut up and you don't be on your phone. I just don't get it. This is why people can't have nice things. I've seen people on TikTok say before, I paid to be in there, I'll do as I please. No, you won't. That's not how that works.
Everybody else.
That's not how that works. You don't get to go in the gym, but I paid for a 20 quid membership, I'll do what I want. You don't go into any other scenario thinking, I've paid to be in this building, I can do with this building as I please.
You walk into Starbucks
and start smashing it up.
I paid to be it, I'm going to piss on the floor.
That's just not how it works. I hope you guys enjoyed this 7-minute rant. For Christ, it's just not hard, is it? I don't believe that.
We're ranting the entire drive home. We're nearly home.
We're nearly home. I don't believe that I'm out of turn here. All I said was shush, and then they took the piss out of how I said shush. So I said, did I stutter? And then they did shush, and then shortly after that they left. Ideal, problem solved. I win. Ruby, it's wee time. Come on. It's been like 3 hours. Let's go. Have you missed us? Oh. Okay. Good. Here we go. Well, this tire out. Ruby, it is way too hot to be sprinting about. Okay, I'm home. It is 9:30. It's time for us to actually start Saints Row after we consume a protein cookie. Code Kale at my protein. Send me screenshots of any of your orders. I will say that in every video for sure. What else was I going to say? Yeah, so when I play games today, I'm going to test out. I want you guys to comment. I'm going to screen capture the gameplay footage rather than filming it with this. Hopefully it doesn't mess up the editing process too hard, because the good thing about the way that I edit these videos together is that obviously all the files are recorded internally on this camera, so then I don't have to work out in what order they were in the editing software. Because obviously each one of these videos is like 40 different individual clips. But they're all in the same folder when I pull them off of it, so it's easy to make sure they're in the right order, because they just are. But if I record with this and the game capture, then it's two different files that I've got to pull together, and I don't know. Hopefully there's a way in DaVinci Resolve to have it sort files by like date stamps, because it'll have that in the properties of it, won't it? But yeah, 9 o'clock, done for the day, time to play. You know, something I've realised that I do a lot is that I start these clips with right or okay, so, and just start us like that. I need to try not to do that and just go straight into things. So let us begin Saints Row 3, shall we? I'm very much so looking forward to just Saints Row 4, to be honest. Like, Saints Row 3 to me is just going to be the stepping stone that's in my way of getting to Saints Row 4, because I'm really looking forward to Saints Row 4. Like, when I got the itch to play the Saints Row games, I was like, right, realistically though, it's Saints Row 4 that I want to play. But my method of playing games is that I do them chronologically. I don't, unless it's a brand new game, I really don't just jump straight into a game that's in the middle of a franchise. I will almost always start at whatever the beginning is. Again, with the only exceptions to that being like older stuff. See, we're at the era in gaming now where we started to have more cinematic stuff happen. Like, I don't really think Saints Row was very AAA prior to 3. It was more like a AA game. Like, it wasn't a GTA, you know? It wasn't on that level. Whereas Saints Row 3, you can tell the budget was raised massively. Like, it just, if you compare this to like all of the others, and this is still a game from, I think, 2010, it got the big budget treatment. It got the very big budget treatment. I'm pretty sure. It'd be interesting to find out what the budget really was. Mission number 1, done. And what is it with every game ever from this era doing a skydiving sequence? Literally every game ever from like the early 2010s did a skydiving sequence. There's a few God of Wars that did it. I think Ascension and 3. Wet did it. This did it. There was loads of games that did it. I remember actually. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, X-Men Origins Wolverine did it. What else? Comment a game that you can remember that did like a skydiving sequence back in the day. Mission number 2 done. I'm pretty sure that Saints Row 3 is way more linear than 1 and 2. In 1 and 2 you can do them in almost any order you want. There really is just one of these in every single one, isn't there? Hang on, I'm supposed to do a guided, aren't I? I want to fire dumb missiles. Dumb missiles are quicker. Oh, I'm supposed to protect the copters. Oh, I'm out here like shooting at them. That would have been a mistake. Oh well, just pretend that those people in the cinema. What's the word? Oh dear. Yes, I'm very bitter. No, I won't stop. Where are you? Nice. I failed a mission, but I don't really know how. I couldn't tell you how that happened. It felt like everything was going to plan, and then all of a sudden it went kaboom. No. I didn't give you permission. At least the checkpoints are more modern. We ain't got to repeat the entire game anymore. That's fine. You know, I'm gonna have to get a mission list up because that's another one done. You know, it's so interesting to me that the what's the word? The controls are all incredibly different in Saints Row 3. Like they got modernized with the aiming's different, the driving's different. Whereas before we were driving by holding down X, now we drive by right trigger. It's like Saints Row 3 really modernized a lot of it. Also, we had to turn film grain off and all that sort of thing too, because I ain't dealing with any of that. But yeah, we're absolutely powerhousing it. You know, if I'm recording this for the thing, I probably can't show too much of it, you know, this mission. I wonder how much Kanye got paid for this song. I bet it was a lot. Yeah, I gotta be careful what I show during this mission. No. Yeah, it's pretty cool how every mission is some sort of massive, like, I'm hanging off a building with a sniper in knight armor. I mean, the knight armor I paid for, but, like, it's optional. But it's cool. Hang on, zoom in. We gotta protect Pierce. We really are quite far away. Oh, hang on. So we can't take out cars with it. And it is actually pretty accurate that we gotta be. Okay. Can I shoot him out the car? I think we actually did just shoot 2 of them out of that car. I wish it was like 5 shots and the car blew up. Even that mission, rapid. Game's now doing that thing where it introduces us to all of the different side quests, one by one, through making us do at least one version of it through the main story. But hell, it's a hell of a lot better than the way Saints Row 1 and 2 did it, where they make you do basically all of it. And another one down. I wonder how many of these missions are going to be the activities, because like this is maybe the 4th one in a row, I want to say, where the mission has been like something that is going to be a side quest. You know, we've got to cause 125k's worth of damage, which, you know, fine, easy, I suppose, especially in this one. The Mayhem missions were much harder in the first Saints, that's for very much so sure. I need to just... There's specific things it wants me to shoot. I should just shoot everything, because it doesn't seem to actually matter. Hang on. You... Yep, that worked. How high can I aim? I can't aim the gun high enough. What are you guys thinking about this format, by the way, of me actually screen capturing for some of the clips? For the gaming clips versus the way that I was doing it. And like I say, I'll intersperse the regular vloggy clips as well. But right now, there's no vlogging to be done. It's actually just playing for once. Took me all day. Took me all day, and we're still going to do a massive amount of the game today. Okay, so from what I gather, that is the end of Chapter 1, or Act 1. We have finished, like, the intro to the game, all of this stuff. So now we should be into the meat of it. It's only 28 minutes past 11, so we're doing pretty well. So because I have the remastered, like, complete edition of the game, this is one hell of a way for me to get around. We've got a VTOL, which we can go flying like this and use a death laser, or we can use it as, like, a jet. But anytime I have the opportunity to use it to get around and do stuff quicker, I certainly will. And then, hang on, got to jump out. Now, do I have a parachute? Call me Rico because we survived. Okay. Let me jump. That dive. Most satisfying thing in the world. Hi guys. So I seem to be stuck in some sort of loop. Retry activity. Activity failed. Retry activity. What? Let's exit and start again then, shall I? But like, let's not lob a grenade. Also, watch this. These WWE moves are some of the funniest things ever. Guys, I'm losing my rag again. I'm in this mission where I've got to defend this helicopter, right? But the camera's just... I can't see the people it wants me to shoot at. And this helicopter just keeps flying... Yeah, failed the mission again. Oh, I'll record, like, the whole segment. You'll see. It's just bollocks. Like, it just... Death by camera. I couldn't shoot at the people that are shooting at the helicopter. So I've got to defend this helicopter. This is about my 4th try now. The camera is way too zoomed in, and it's not even like I'm aiming down. Right, so it's already taken a bit of damage before I can even shoot. So problem number 1 with this mission. It initially starts flying too low to the point where if I shoot some of these boats, it can actually hurt the helicopter, because look how low we're flying. Where's the helicopter even? What happened there? Oh, I'm sick of this. Can we just have not shit missions, please? Just for once, in one of these Saints Row games, can we have an entire Saints Row game with no bollocks vehicle missions? Get me on Saints Row 4, because the majority of that is just, you know, superpowers running around. You're not in vehicles too much. Because every single time I have to do one of these, it's just bollocks. Like, if I fired right now... And the checkpoints are crap as well in this mission, because it's so long. I'm tired, bro. It's only 1 in the morning, so I've got plenty of hours left to play today. But this mission, I failed it so many times now, and I don't feel like any of them were my fault, because I'm taking these things out quicker than... Like, it's given me a rocket launcher that can lock onto things, and I'm still taking things out quicker than it can lock on, because I'm just not missing. So I'm taking things out quicker than it's, like, anticipating me taking them out. So, like, that one there. That one there. Missed that. Oh, no, I didn't miss that one. Because it's kind of like your aim can knock them out. So the thing's already lost 25% of its health, even though I don't feel like I could have done anything any better than I have. This one here. Okay, so we've got 75% health moving into the town bit. It's just so frustrating. There's just... Like, right now, I need to see to the left, but I can't. Because camera. The chopper has flown past me. My chopper won't spin round. Okay, so now there's someone over there for me to shoot at. And I only know that because I've played it like 4 times over now. Like, if it wasn't for the fact that now we're on less than half health, when did that happen? I shot them as quickly as I possibly could. And now we've got like 5 things shooting at it all at once. Just... It's crap. It's utter crap. You know, in some games you can veto some missions that are like this. And I think this is one of them where you should be able to. Because I'm just getting frustrated. So it's on less than half its health. And now we're going to fly over into the city where there's guys on roofs with rocket launchers. And I can't even shoot at them very well because I can't see them. Right, you. 1. Come on. 2. I've got to be careful where I shoot, because it's flying so low that I might hit it myself. Because that counts. Like right now. There, see, look, rockets hitting it right now. I can't see what I'm shooting at. And it's about to go down again. It's about to fucking go down. I'm sick of this piece of shit fucking game. I'll be back when it's done. I'm not going to film it because I'm just going to get more and more angry. Right, I think this is the run where I'm going to get past it because he's coming lower now and it feels like it's just been going on forever. He's just about half health. I just feel like it's completely and utterly totally ridiculous that it's RNG. Like, I don't feel like I outskilled my way through it because I wasn't able to do much. Like, you know, it turns out this is the last mission in this chain, so that's why, because it's doing the same thing 1 and 2 did, where the last mission in any given chain is just ridiculously hard for no reason. Honestly, you know how I want to play the Spider-Man games next? It does concern me, because I guarantee that a lot of those old games are going to have the same problem with massive difficulty spikes. We'll see. But I think we're done. Well, guys, it's 2 in the morning. I've been playing for 3 hours, and apparently I'm 40% of the way through the game. I don't know whether that's completion, as in, like, all collectibles, or just the main story, but that's a pretty high percentage for how little time I've been playing. I'm cursed. I am absolutely cursed with this franchise. So, it's nearly 3 in the morning. I just had a crash. I've lost 3 missions, maybe 4, so nothing as dramatic as yesterday or the day before, whenever that was, where I lost an entire save. But just why does this keep happening? This is a remastered version of the game. This should not be this is ridiculous. Well, anyway, that's cut me short for tonight. I'm done. Yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed this different style of video. Apologies for the rant about the cinema thing, but I get very passionate and I feel like some people are really, really dumb. And we shouldn't have to baby. If someone's really, really dumb and they're impacting everybody else negatively, let's not pretend that we should spare their feelings. You know, why should their feelings be spared? Anyway, let me know if you enjoyed the footage of the game instead of just me recording the screen. See you tomorrow.